collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon in Taurus to new moon in Sagittarius, November 2022. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24.5 years almost in service at the time of this recording. I'm also the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. You can preview it for free. There is a link in the description box, and you can read the dedication to my mother, who is a Cancerian sun sign. Warms my heart every time I read it, just because I really, really mean it. Go check it out if you like. If you feel so intuitively drawn, I'm also a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle, a members only subscription based platform, allowing me as a mystical artist to just run with it and have a good time within community standards. They get a unlisted YouTube live stream link every morning so they can chat with me. Cup of coffee. I do it from the couch using the laptop in my bathrobe, talking about the day's astrology, the astrological weather, the magical implications, the spiritual applications, ending with a little prayer, a little blessing. It's a lot of fun. I really look forward to doing it every morning. They've got a lot of exclusive content over there. All of my subscribers get all of the Zoom classes and workshops and hangouts that we're doing over there recorded, so that if they can't make it at the time of the broadcast, they can watch it back. Just a lot of cool stuff on there and a lot of cool stuff coming. It's going to be 1 year, the 18th of November, that I've been on Patreon, and I'm adding 2 new subscription levels, so keep an eye on that. Otherwise, let's get down to business, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal, and I'm doing this during a Pisces moon, and I have moon in Pisces, so might be a little more intuitive than intellectual, but hey, I'm reading for water signs. At least we got a trine somewhere, something or other. So if you're new to the channel, 8-card draw is just 1 card from 8 different decks, giving you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. As I mentioned, the 2 weeks in between the full moon in Taurus to the new moon in Sagittarius, releasing, letting go, waning, it's a waning moon, dissolving, banishing, alchemizing from lead to gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. Letting go of those 3 atoms, so to speak, to move from a less toxic to a healthier this or that in any situation, so that you can hit that new moon in Sag with a clean slate, so to speak. Let's look at it. We're talking about the full moon. Oh, it's a big one, guys. A full moon in Taurus on Tuesday, November 8th, 6:02 a.m. It is a total lunar eclipse. So really look at the seeds you planted back at the previous new moon and do what you gotta do to nail the dismount on that, because literally the next day there's a T-square. I didn't write down what's in the T-square, but when I read it I was like, oh, like vault. We got both a lot of, I'm from New York, I got a lot of ethnic words in my DNA from family. Jupiter's going direct on the 23rd, which is also the day of the new moon, Wednesday, November 23rd, 5:57 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York. So look, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. It's going direct the same day. So that's got to be kind of an interesting seed to plant. And I'll have the 5-card draws, which are the waxing moon reads. If you're new to my channel, I'll get those out too ahead of time. But these have been really wild so far. I've only done 3. You're the fourth house, Cancerian. I'm keeping an eye on my cat, Sebastian, who's a Cancerian. He's lurking around the kitchen. He likes to jump up in the sink and drink from out of the sink, but there's nothing in there for him to drink, so he might be a little stymied at the moment. It's okay. Shall we? Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. These are general reads. If you are a cross watcher, you apply this shadow work, whatever is indicated to yourself. You're gonna clean the path. There's gold hidden in the lead. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. But regardless of who's watching this, if you apply this to yourself, you're helping the entire Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, even those who don't even have YouTube. Can you imagine? You'll be helping them what? Move from shadow to light, paint to peace, lead to gold, jumping timelines, and making this world a better place. Maybe taking the whole planet with us. Shall we? I think that's about it. Please take a nice deep breath. We'll see what comes out of my mouth. Still point. Yeah, I got it. All right, here we go. Using the Caroline Myss archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the heads of the Cancerians and their cross watchers? I'm watching you, savvy. Go lay down. Be good boy. That's my angel. Mama voice. Please, what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over their heads, sending down the codes for the soul power they are alchemizing from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, reason, season, or lifetime. They're doing it, or they're dealing with somebody who's got this going on, affecting all the chakras underneath it, what they attract, what they repel, in order that they can fulfill their sacred contracts, their soul contracts. This full to new November 2022. That was a lot, huh? Oh, the networker. Very cool. Good. Creative family archetype. Well, all archetypes are neutral, which means there is a scale of shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, like a percentage scale. So the shadow attribute written on the card indicates the shadow work that you are dealing with within yourself, reason, season, or a lifetime, or somebody else's situation, but it's affecting every other chakra, so you might be attracting networking opportunities, but there's some purification needed. The shadow attribute conveys information only for personal gain. Nothing wrong with having personal gain if you're a content creator or something like that and networking, but only for personal gain. Spreads fear and falsehood. If we want to see that cleaned up in the world, we have to clean that up within ourselves. Moving on. The light attribute enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy, which is absolutely bringing people together with spirit. That is the corporate tagline, the motto, the mission statement of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, right? To foster unity rather than division. This could be about anything. It is a creative family archetype. This could be networking within the family, networking at business, networking in all sorts of your spiritual community, right? Your tribal community. It could be about anything. Obviously online, that takes a networking to a whole other different level. Oh, what tangled webs we weave. So, we're going to look at the next 4 chakras down. The internal, the feminine energy, the world behind your eyes, the creative intuition, the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, really the psychological realm. And you're Cancerians. I grew up with a Cancerian mom. You don't always know what's going on when you're dealing with a Cancerian. It's like, how are you doing? Just trying to flow with the mood swings, you know. Highly intuitive though, and Cancerian empaths that don't know they're empaths, good luck. I love you. Hang in there. It's just not all your energy you're feeling. Let's see what the goddesses have to say. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm watching you, savvy. I'm watching you. I have my mother's instincts, though I got away with a lot because I'm a Pisces moon. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of water, this sign of Cancer powers of the West, please, beloved goddesses of cardinal water, 1 card in clarity. For the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, what do they need to be aware of inside of themselves with a networker in the 8th? Sending that down. This is where the shadow work begins, because throat chakra minimum, it's our choice whether or not to delay that which cannot be prevented. This full to new November 2022. Love it. 9 of Pentacles, Malama. On the inner, this says that you have got an awful lot of wisdom from experience in the world, but inside of you, very grounded. Not the 10 of Pentacles, but that 9 of Pentacles, right? The lady of the matter. No, I've got my own, thanks. Very self-sufficient. So, you know, if all you need is that 1 extra pentacle and you're at the 10, but on the inner, right? Revel in that you're coming from a place really of more, not just strength, substance. There's the word. I almost said sustenance, but that's sort of in Malama too. I love that. Grounded, so we're saying, emotional wisdom, certainly, but also a sense of, no, I'm good. I got my own. Thanks. Thanks. I'm good. Which people don't like when you say that. It's like, no, really, I'm good. You just want to get up in your junk, right? It's like, back it up. This is my shadow. Well, there's only one shadow, but that's another conversation. Let's look at the masculine energy, the lower 3 chakras, the yang dynamic. From the outside looking in at the Cancerian or the cross watcher, maybe them from the inside looking out at other people, places, and things, because lower 3 chakras are about relationships in the physical world. Root chakra, groups, tribes, circles of friends, your nationality, you're in... your starseed lineage, whatever, right? 3 or more, it's a tribe. It's in your root chakra. Read Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Mace. Just saying. Second chakra, relationships to another person or thing, including money, sex, creativity, all that kind of tug-of-war, second chakra stuff. Third chakra, your relationship to yourself in the world, your honor code, your self-esteem, your gut intuition, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't. Please take a nice deep breath. It's a lot to say every time, but we've got new people, so hey, hi, welcome. Let's have some fun. Breathe. Still point. As I call upon my gods of water, the sign of Cancer, powers of the West, beloved ones, lords of cardinal creative water, please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Lower 3 chakras, inside out, outside in, relationships in the world to help them alchemize, networker in the 8th chakra. 9 of Pentacles, Malama on the inner. What do they need on the outer to be aware of? This full to new November 2022. Oh, interesting. Could actually be a person. We got a court card here, the Knight of Pentacles. That is the Pisces card, mutable water. Now, usually, like a trine, I'm a Pisces moon. This could be you from the outside in. You don't have to have planets in Pisces for this to represent you, but it can mean that there is a cup that you are delivering. The Knights move at 4 different speeds because they're 4 different Knights. Virgo is the slowest. It's walk. If you've ever... I took horseback riding lessons when I was a kid, right? So walk is Virgo, mutable earth. Pisces is trot, hot or otherwise, hot 2 or otherwise, right? The trot, going along. It's emotional mutability. It's going with the flow. Very strong, I would say. Second chakra indication here, though, of feeling that, right? Second chakra is element of water, usually, at least in the Vedic, Ayurvedic structure. I forget which one. It's okay. It's all good. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So this is good. Like, if this is you saying, hey, I'm going with the flow, I'm following my intuition, but networking somehow, this again could be someone else as well, regardless of zodiacal placement in the sign of Pisces. If it's there, that's helpful. But if you got a lot of fishies in your life, like I do, it might be a little hard to spot which one. Instead, we're going to see what else hits the table here. Obviously, 3 out of 8 on the table here, but in terms of communication, right, the networker, in terms of networking, this could also be very intuitive, hunchy kind of stuff, right? Not just all up here in the third eye, but in the lower 3 chakras, really feeling that out, and some shifting emotions as a result, which may not always be the most comfortable thing for a shadow read, right? You got to feel it to heal it. Unfortunately, I didn't make that roll. At least I don't remember making it. For Incarnated, let's get you a healing mantra from the Metcon Healing Mantra deck to help bring that into alignment. Archetypal alignment is helpful as you do the alchemy. Obviously, a mantra can be very, very useful as a mind tool. Because this is about how you create and how you help other people create their beliefs, their reality, their experience of things. That's why to shift it from lead to gold, illusions to truth, very powerful. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. as I call upon the Ascended Masters of Creativity, which an awful lot of you up there, because creativity covers a lot of ground, from creating reality to creating the menu for dinner. Oh, that's a bad example, but Cancerian in its way. Please, beloved ones, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, so they can alchemize the networker with Malama on the inner, Nine of Cups, Pisces dynamic on the outer, this full to new November 2022. Acknowledging apprehension. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. If I'm unsure, it's always a no. That's this wisdom you've got under your belt. You're like, no, I'll know. If it's a yes, nothing can stop me. The iron is hot. Strike. If I'm even slightly meh about it, it's always a no. And I always add to that, at least for now. Let me take a nap. Sometimes I'm just tired and I need to recharge and see things with fresh eyes. A nap, cup of coffee, cup of tea goes a long way, right? So acknowledging any apprehension you're feeling perhaps about communications given or received, networking given or received. I do feel like then this might very well be you really feeling a lot of different vibes intuitively in the lower three chakras. If you're feeling it in the root chakra, get it's a tribal thing. You watch a piece of news and your root chakra just goes, right? You go, okay, that's in the tribal field, right? But if it hits you in the second chakra, it's personal, but it's personal in relationship to your own finances, to your own creativity, your own sexuality, a relationship to another person could be that. And solar plexus, really to pay attention to whether something is violating your ethics or not, because your solar plexus will tell you loud and clear. But what are we doing to cover that up? But I feel like with Malama going on here, you're pretty strong, you're pretty stable, you are at home within your own skin. But by all means, the ego gets apprehensive, but the soul acknowledges it and goes, of course you're apprehensive, why wouldn't you be? So I'm going to read it from the bookie book. This is good. This is good, because if you can acknowledge you're apprehensive, then you can do something about it. If you deny your apprehensive tendencies, which might be an intuitive hit, right, with a little layer of fear around it, no, I want to be positive. No. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. I'm sure it's always a no. For now, they always say. When apprehension is acknowledged, you become aware of a constant back and forth between polarities. Well, that Pisces is two fish. Back and forth, dolphin and manta ray. As this back and forth movement occurs, it can feel nearly impossible to make decisive, empowering choices. As you acknowledge any apprehension, recognize that it's, catch this is good, this is an intuitive thing, that it is either your heart trying to warn you of an old choice or pattern you're about to repeat. Warning, danger, Will Robinson. Or it's a sense of unworthiness that makes you unsure about how to step onto the biggest stage you dream of commanding. Sing out, June, right? It's that stage fright thing. It's like, I'm about to do something I don't think I've ever done in any lifetime before, right? And it's okay. It's okay. Just don't let that stop you from commanding the stage you are destined to star on. The power of discernment bubbles closer to the surface the more often your apprehensions are acknowledged, and it is needed to determine which of these two options is true. So, am I about to redo a boo-boo? Run that one, a hashtag, I'm about to redo a boo-boo, make a mistake, maybe, or I've got a little stage fright. And both of those are okay, but acknowledge which is which, because if it's a yes, nothing can stop you. Then you know. If it's a yes, nothing can stop me. But if I'm unsure, it's always a no for now. Let me take a nap. Let me have a little something. This mantra is ideal for resolving indecisiveness, balancing impulsive behaviors, acting on impulse rather than intuition, and trusting your instincts. What's the difference? Impulse is often tribal. It's programmed into us. It's the fight or flight instead of its reaction. We're all going to react, but then to respond is wise. And it feels like you have that. I would even say this Malama for some of you feels very much like almost internal discipline, but discipline not in that punitive way, right? That there's something strong and something that's built over time to make the Nine of Pentacles. but you're allowed to acknowledge when you're apprehensive. It doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're being honest. To yourself. Who else you tell is up to you, right? Because Cancerians are so good at sharing their secrets that no one ever, well, seconded only to Scorpio. My mother and my brother, Cancer and Scorpio. So let's talk to the higher selves here. The Whispers of Love Oracle by Angela Hartfield. We're also using her Whispers of Lord Ganesha for this read to help remove the obstacles of the 3 atoms between lead and gold. But these are wonderful. There's not a womp womp card in the deck, but they do often turn the party, that romance card or something. Let's see. Please take a nice deep breath. It's a mystery to me too. Still point. Okay, as I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the Whisper of Love for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading to help them alchemize the networker in the 8th, Malama on the inner, right? 9 of Pentacles on the inner, 9 of Cups, Knight of Cups, it's hard to say. 9 of Pentacles on the inner, Knight of Cups on the outer. Acknowledging apprehension. If it's a yes, nothing can stop them. If they're unsure, it's always a no, at least for now. Okay, call back later, leave a message at the tone. What's their Whisper of Love? The information, inspiration, insight they need. This full to new November 2022. Physical touch is important. Oh, feel that skin. Physical touch is important. Like I said, I don't know how much that turns the party. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it, which is lovely. But if you're feeling apprehensive about a physical touch situation, I think we know, hopefully at this point, that no means no. If you're even slightly unsure, the answer is no. For now, right? It could, yes. Could it be your own patterning, your own path? Sure. But that's okay. That's what shadow work is. It's giving you the opportunity to get in touch with that. Like, that's just one scenario, particularly. This is not the gossip archetype. That's in this deck. That did not come up. I forget who got that. Oh, Aries got that. Just saying. It's right in front of me. And the storyteller, Gemini, got like. So we're looking at a lot of creative archetypes here, actually, in this series so far. This is about communication, right? And truth versus falsehood, unity versus separation. So this can play itself out. Could this absolutely be a romantic scenario? Sure. If that's what you're picking up on this, I could see how the communication with other people involved in certain relationships can be problematic or helpful. But this is, I think, your key card right now, to really trust that you've got enough wisdom in here that you're okay on your own, and yet there's nothing wrong with wanting the physical touch. I live alone, but I live with 3 very affectionate black boy cats, my black kitties. I love them, my boys, my 3 sons. Oh my God, Fred McMurray, hashtag Fred McMurray. And, you know, I do have friends in my life. I spent Halloween with friends from high school, right? The hug, it was great. It was great after the pandemic in particular. I know it's still going on, but whatever. Right, physical touch is important. But for Cancerians, you guys are usually creatures of comfort. You'd rather snuggle up on the couch than, I don't know, being Rio and dancing on the sand, right? In a Duran Duran video from the 80s, right? You'd probably much rather, you know, a little chicken pot pie, right? On the couch, snuggling in with someone, or what have you, right? So the physical aspect of that, I get that. And it is, let's face it, you go for a good massage, emotions come out of your body depending on the healer, right? Stuff that's trapped back there. Oh, just rub my feet. I'm a Pisces moon. I will cry and laugh and cry and laugh. Yeah. So maybe that is a thing. A little physical body work might be helpful there. But if you get the uh-oh, something's wrong here, just walk away, right? Try it away in another direction. Because ain't nobody touching my stuff without my permission. Thank you very much. And if you cross that boundary, I was raised by lawyers. Universal Lawyer, let's find out what spirit animals and totems are working with you on this, because everybody's got them. Spirit animals and totems are quite the same thing, but I think the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco is such a brilliant oracular system. And the book's chock full of information. I'm just going to read a couple of things from it. But, heroes going into the underworld to embrace the shadow, to battle the dragon, what have you. Pick your heroic metaphor. A lot of them had animal totems. Ain't that right, Bebo? Please take a nice deep breath. I mean, Harry Hamlin in let's not Clash of the Titans, that beach scene. Please take a nice deep breath. Pretty sure I knew this when I was gay. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, please, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, giving them, offering them their own free will to accept it or not, the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power, the support, and the oracle message to help them alchemize the shadow and the networker. Knight of Pentacles on the inner, Knight of Cups on the outer, acknowledging apprehension, and physical touch is important in some way, shape, or form here, says the higher selves. So who walks with them, who swims with them, who crawls with them, who flies with them, helping them do this full to new November 2022. Polar Bear, Ancestors. I know this card. Ancestors, polar bear. And by the way, I don't know what's going on in that picture, but the mountain is actually a polar bear, right? They do a lot of play on scale in this deck that I find enchanting. And I'm always a good appreciator of nice divinatory art. Card number 26, Ancestors. Now, we're coming up to Samhain. It is about the ancestors. Look it up, Samhain. It is not Samhain. I promise you, it's Samhain. It's Celtic. Nothing sounds like it's spelled in Celtic so far in my experience. But you have two different categories of ancestors in my experience. One is obviously the genetic, that you incarnate into those. Yeah. The other is the archetypal and the symbolic, right? Like the artists, the witches, the mystics, whatever. The networkers. There's always been networkers on planet Earth. We just called them messengers at the time. So you get what I'm saying, right? You got two different kind. So, like I know a lot of dancers. Isadora Duncan, your ancestor, as it were. Please take a nice deep breath. No, it's Martha Graham. Polar Bear, card number 26, Ancestors. Hey, yes, we're in Twips peerage all the way back to the beginning of time. You are the carrier of a bloodline that stretches back for millennia. Like, no shit. Right? How far you want to go back? Do we want to go back to, I want to say the Cenozoic era. I'm just not sure if humanity was around for that or not. I don't know. Cro-Magnons, Homo sapiens, blah, blah, blah. Take the positive from your ancestry and observe and note the negative. Family dysfunction stops here. Oh, well, Cancerian, look, I come from a lovely genetic ancestry of calm, tranquil people like the Scottish and the Black Forest Germans and the British. And did I mention? Yeah, no, none of them were necessarily calm, cool people. Oh, and Sicilian. Oh, yeah. Nice and cool-headed, right? Right, so, but the passion's there. That's what it is, right? It's all that passion that can turn into fury. Family dysfunction stops here. Honor those in your family who honor you. It is a positive and natural action to individuate from family on our own terms. Yeah, you hermit crabs. Absolutely, right? Particularly if you're, I don't want to say the odd, there's so many ways to say, I stick out like a sore thumb in my tribe. But then again, I just found out, I don't know if you've heard, I'm a Sigma empath. I didn't even know what that was 3 days ago, but like everything on the fucking checklist. The magic. Look it up. Polar bear magic is ancient, powerful, and profound. Should you wish to heal trauma of any kind, call upon this bear's energy to assist you. So trauma inherited. Look, I heard so many stories about the Depression. I mean, you know, in the early 1900s, the Depression, not just like clinical depression, which I think was certainly part of it passed down biochemically, right? You're an immortal soul, takes on a body. This is written to the script. It's like, well, it's interesting character development. Let's see what I can do with it, right? What's my motivation? Heal. Should you wish to heal trauma of any kind, call upon the Spare's energy to assist you. Working to address ancestral pain or shame passed down from one generation to the next can benefit from polar bear energy, and I bet it can. Wow. So look, I think if you've kind of been dealing with this stuff emotionally for a while, it is saying that you have this real strong, not just a foundation, a near completion of wisdom inside of you here. Self-sufficient, self-esteem, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's at least in alignment, though it's not a 10. It's okay. And I think that's why acknowledging apprehension is here, because to find out that you are reacting rather than responding to an ancestral pattern that goes back millennia, nobody wants to cop to that, right? It's just who I am. It's like, no, you're an immortal, eternal, divine being in a body like everybody else. This is part of the role you're playing. Do you really want a virus in your computer to run the show? You really don't. This is what shadow work is. Clean, erase, erase, delete, 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 right? So the polar bear, you may very well have incarnated to clean something, to clear something, to heal something in your genetic line, regardless of whether you pass it on through children, because it works vibrationally anyway. It affects the quantum field. It just does. Check out Ho'oponopono. Certainly does that kind of stuff. But imagine this now, that shadow of the networker slowly disappearing from the planet, or maybe quickly disappearing from the planet. And then this kind of makes you the knight, doesn't it? It's like, I know what to do about this. But if it's a yes, nothing can stop me. Got it? Physical touch is important. That's going to be key for a lot of people, I think, depending on the nature of the touch. Let's move on. Let's ask Lord Ganesh, the elephant-headed Hindu god of success and prosperity. Lovely. Never seen him angry. Not that we hang all that much. But him and I, we're friends. We are familiar. Our pantheons are compatible. He's a member, and I'm a member, whatever. So to remove those obstacles from lead to gold, those 3 atoms, which is lithium, which I think is funny, to really shift this from lead to gold, the remover of obstacles. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. By the way, I have ocean waves playing in the background. It's not static. Here we go. As I call to the beloved Lord Ganesh, please remover of obstacles. God of success and prosperity and abundance and love and just lovely, please. 1 card in clarity for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and receiving this reading to help them alchemize the networker in the 8th. With the 9 of Pentacles on the inner, Knight of Cups on the outer, acknowledging apprehension as they go, step by step, it's fine. Yeah, physical touch is important, but they got to feel that one out, because there is an ancestral pattern in play here. Something that could be as simple as fight or flight, trust no one, right? In terms of physical touch, which you look at, right? Could be anything, but really an opportunity to heal the ancestral lineage. I think what we all came in here to do. So please, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power? Your oracle message for the Cancerian collective and their cross-watchers this full to new November 2022. Positive outlook. I like that, particularly if you're acknowledging apprehension, then the apprehension doesn't have to take you into a negative outlook, because now you kind of know what to do for now, right? To keep it in the now that way. Oh, you got lots of heads. I don't know if you can see that. A gorgeous deck. Thank you, Alana Hartfield, for doing this. Card number 29. These are not terribly long, but they've been really helpful for me. Let's see. Card number 29, positive outlook. How you feel depends upon your mental attitude. If it's a yes, nothing can stop me if I'm unsure. I need a nap. The many faces of Ganesha reflect how you feel about the different aspects of your life. Spirituality, health, finances, relationship, and emotional well-being. It is important to remember that circumstances are not good or bad, but always neutral. It's truth, just doesn't seem true, but it's the truth. Location, location, location. It is how you approach the situation that will determine your outcome. If you choose to see something as depressing, it will be. Particularly networking. If you choose to see it as encouraging, it will be. This is not new stuff. I mean, it's Ganesh, but this is, your mind determines how your day will go. Your state of mind has influence over your body, your relationships, your emotional well-being, and how you view your finances. Every day, you are so careful when considering what you will eat during that day. Give or take, depends on the day. You have an opportunity to be just as discerning when it comes to how you think. You can conquer your moods, no matter how bad a mood you seem to be in. Well, this feels like it was written for Cancerians much. Make up your mind that you are not going to be controlled by your moods anymore. If you do find yourself in a low disposition, take a moment to acknowledge what brought this up for you. Take positive action to shift back to happiness or being positive. And cardinal water, Cancer is the cardinal water earth sign. The cardinal water sign is about being creative, and I do think you have the chops in you to do that, right? To decide for yourself how you want to feel, how you want to go through this, right? Dolphin or shark? I just say manta ray because I can imagine manta rays at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, right? And dolphins surfing, dude, right at the top. So a more positive outlook, which I think acknowledging apprehension is a good way to start that. It's like, well, I got this going for me. If it's a yes, I know nothing can stop me. But if I'm unsure, even a itty bitty teeny tiny little bit, it's always a no, at least for now, right? That'll change your outlook on things. Instead of having to be this red hot burning thing, right, to deal with, or a depressive take you down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. I've been there. I have a lovely little rental property. The night watchman has one of those little light bulby things on his head. Horrible dental work. But you hire what you can in the crevice of the underworld. Hidden within the lead is the gold, which means that there is a hidden blessing going on right at this moment for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers. That's why our last card down will be the Blessed Bee. By Lucy Cavendish. Though it is mystical, I have consecrated the deck to the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, and guess what? This is where the reading gets serious. In the sense that I do the blessings written here for real. I don't phone it in. But at the end of that reading it from the bookie book, once we get the card on the table, I have to release the Cancerian collective, and it usually comes out goofy. I don't plan it. I know things I gotta talk about, but usually takes about a minute and a half. Let's see what comes out of my mouth in the meantime. I've got another kitty looking like he's looking for some feline intervention going on in the kitchen. Please take a nice deep breath. Watch him switch gears on camera. Still point. As I call to the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please one card in clarity. For the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, what is the hidden blessing, the gold within the lead? Should the Cancerians and the Cross Watchers do the best that they can? Right? Just fulfill their role in the plan to the best of their ability. They don't have to cross every T, dot every I. Sometimes that's just not how it's supposed to be. We have no idea. But should they do their best, follow the guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power allotted to them, not just in this reading, but within their own selves. What's the hidden blessing for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, sign, the gold within the lead, this full to new November 2022? Oh, a blessing of the air. All right, so element of air, again, the mental that we have with that positive outlook. Beautiful card, by the way. I mean, it's a little Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, what she's got going. I don't know if that's what inspired it, but it's really a beautiful card. Show them how to do it now. Card number 2, right? The early elements. Okay, we do these for real. I'll see you on the other side if you want to hang out for the last bit. Breathe. Still point. Pantheons of the Divine transmit. A blessing of the air. A blessing to allow the free-flowing movement of inspiration, fresh ideas, purposeful memories, clear thoughts, and true words this day. Beautiful soul, may you be most blessed this day by the element of air. May your thoughts and words be in harmony with each other. And may they be inspired by trust in your ability to understand deeply with the gifts of the mind all that is within you, all that is without you. Positive outlook. May your gift of the mind be clear and open, and may worthy ideas blossom and be expressed with ease and grace in words and actions that are in affinity with the highest of your ideals. Networker in the light. There may there be knowledge that is enriching, informative, oh my goodness, that is trustworthy, words that are true in your world this day. Let memories that arise be ones which support you in your tasks, awaken forgotten dreams, and may the qualities of your thoughts match the boundlessness of the sky. May there be freedom and perspective as you move through this cycle of the sun, and may the winds of change blow from your life whatever it is best to liberate yourself from. Let the weightlessness of air free you from the burdens that hold you from your dreams. And may the very air you breathe be pure and enlivening, awakening you to the limitlessness of your life's possibilities. May you feel inspired and refreshed, loved and nurtured with every breath in. And with each breath out, release from your mind all that is no longer in alignment with who you are becoming. Let your wings grow and strengthen until you take flight. Let scent and song and soaring freedom be yours, for these are the domains of the element of air, and these are the blessings that are all about you this day. Most of all, may you fill yourself with what is good and true and pure, and may your every breath be blessed for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. Breathe it, baby. As we will it. Say it with me. So let it be done. So let it be. And so it is. What a lovely read. I mean, for a shadow read, that's pretty good. But it does make sense. Blessing of air, networking, positive outlook. There's some ancestral shit going on there. Physical touch is important somehow. Acknowledge your apprehension. Trot on in, because you've got the goods on the inside that you need. If you liked this reading, please like it, help the other crab cakes find it. Trust me, that's how it works. Please don't make me do math. If you want more of me here on YouTube, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because sometimes I put them out as soon as they're done uploading. Sometimes I schedule them. You never know. Every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. Wisdom of the Crow. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal. Can you imagine that the title already existed? Booking a reading with Mal explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal, but we're afraid to ask. But if you want the deeper experience, the deeper dive, the daily deeper dive, come Patreon on Patreon, Lord and Lady Bunbury. Oh, pleasure. Oh, so much fun going on over there. And if you are a creative type, cardinal water that you are, and look for some financial support from people who actually want the gifts that you are giving away from your life, you know, equal exchange, blah, 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 I highly recommend patreon.com. And I'm offering a lot of goodies over there. And like I said, adding some new subscribers subscription levels as of the 18th of November 2022. Let's see how much I get done before then. I love you. I thank you so much for watching. Hang in there. Unconditional love is what we're shooting for, so I love you without condition. But also remember, reach out and ask for help when you need it. Hang in there. Good luck. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.